Ronald, what are those things you're wearing?
My trick-or-treat safety cups. They're shiny aluminum foil with bright orange stripes, so they reflect light.
Neat!
I had a
Where'd you
safety
get
cup
them?
when I was in
Right at McDonald's.
baseball.
This Halloween, be sure you're all wearing McDonald's trick-or-treat safety cups. Children should be seen and not hurt.
Great costumes, everybody.
What are you going to be, Ronald?
Well, I could be a goldfish in a goldfish bowl. A chocolate-covered marshmallow.
That's silly.
Oh, what am I gonna be
Ronald?
for Halloween?
The twins?
What do you want, Ronald?
A Halloween costume. Nice choice.
Ah, you big copycat.
Ronald makes it magic.
Humans, we've come for your freaky floats.
What's the magic word?
Well, blast your puny planet to smithereens.
It was trick or treat.
I was going to say that next. Yeah. Orange and vanilla. This will please the Alien Federation.
The Simpsons are back haunting Burger King. Now in every Big Kids meal you can get a Simpsons creepy classic. Each has a kooky spooky scream. You can collect all 10 if you dare. Okay, got it. Float sold separately.
Did you know that in Canada they call Reese's Reese's?
Did I scare you? Well, if you really want to be frightened, call me at 1-900-909-3344. I'll tell you a different spooky story every day. When you call, you'll find out how to get one of these gruesome little ruffy creatures, and part of your $2.35 two-minute call will go to Special Olympics. So get your parents' permission and call me at 1-900-909-3344, unless you're afraid of monsters, vampires, and ghosts.
It's the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm on my way to Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Well, Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I woke the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps glow and tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids.
There'll be
I
magic
remember
in the
Pizza
air
Head.
when you join your favorite hair. Friends coming from far and near.
Pity it only comes once a year.
There's lots of fun to be seen on Bugs Bunny's Halloween Wednesday.
What strange creatures are lurking in the night? Ah, skull face, mummy face too. Oh, ghoul face. What a frightful sight. Yes, Mom, this Halloween your kids can have fun creating their own scary disguise with Kooky Spooks makeup. They just smear it on. When the makeup dries, it cracks to make them look really old and ghoulish. Add in the sheet and the costume's complete. Kooky Spooks makeup kits, 6 frightening disguises to choose from.
There's goblins, there's ghouls, there's pirates about. Halloween's coming, the trick-or-treaters are out. But look at that witch on Halloween night. She's the first one with a blinking pumpkin light. Pumpkin light flashes so everyone knows she is near. Pumpkin light makes Halloween safer and scarier this year. And pumpkin light safer for a spooky pumpkin too. Just pop it right in and watch your pumpkin go boo.
Pumpkin Light is available at Osco, Purity Supreme, Spags, and Leewards.
Spags was probably a poor choice for me.
Coming, the day when all you want to do is put on a creepy costume and scream your head off. You've got to watch Halloween Screams. All your ghoulish friends will be there as Box Kids, Shocks Kids. So keep an eye out for Halloween Screams Friday on Fox Kids.
ABC Friday, get ready for a monster night of TGIF.
It's a way cool Halloween bash.
It's the scariest night of the year, and we have the Queen of Halloween brewing up a frightfully good time.
Dig up some friends and join us.
And what could be scarier than 2 Urkels? Family Matters. Then Eric's living his own nightmare. This girl won't leave him alone. Boy Meets World. And what's a witch to do when she's invited to 2 parties? Body double.
I look really cute.
Sabrina. Then it's like a totally freaky Clueless. TGIF. It'll make you howl.
I did not
ABC
know
Friday.
Clueless was a TV show.
Hallmark presents Halloween as you've never seen it before. Hallmark's Boo Bazaar, where actual costume accessories create a spectacle beyond belief. horrify your head. Try on glowing terror. Shake in your shorts. Everything to let the ghoul times roll is at Hallmark's Boo Bazaar. Now playing in a store near you.
I'm frightened.
For the Studer family, today's shopping trip for Halloween supplies was unlike any other. Because they didn't just enter Target, they also entered the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror sweepstakes. Pick up your game card at Target. You could win a vacation to Walt Disney World in Florida and a chance to experience the height of fright, the new Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Toys R Us has the Big Bird Halloween costume and the Yoda Halloween costume for trick-or-treating.
So, because this Halloween, Toys R Us is your Halloween headquarters. You'll find every trick or treat under the moon.
Well, cover me in sweet maple syrup and dip me in poutine. It's Tuesday night, and it's another episode of The Haunt Hour, brought to you by the Canadian Haunt Collective. Tonight's guests have arrived by dog sled. First into the Moose Lodge is Susie Fleesick, that's not a Molson Ice, and Troy Crivelone. He's got 2 Canadian stamps in his passport. How many do you have? And Dan Doble, who lives in Wisconsin, which is basically Canada. Tonight's guest hails from Edmonton, Alberta, which Canada got in a trade with Montana. Cody Kayfish from Nightmare on Athapaskan. Yeah, that's it. So, get on your parka, your toque, and how much longer are we going to do this Canadian bit? Just be here for the Haunt Hour. It starts right now, eh?
Well done, Troy. Well done.
I didn't know the Haunt Collective had a Canadian branch. That's impressive.
We do.
That is impressive.
Operating as Canadian Haunt Collective, yes.
Yeah. We also have one in Portugal and Sudan. So there's that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would recommend reaching out to them, but hey, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. We parked it.
Welcome, everyone, to the final episode for Season 4 of The Haunt Hour. Dan, Troy, and myself, Christopher. Well, myself and Christopher will be talking Halloween tonight, and then wishing each other a great haunt October, and then reconvening hopefully in the near future after that. So, with that being said, Troy, how are things?
Well, they are great. We did want to give a shout out to Susie, who is severely not feeling well, but also, as everybody knows, she works on the haunted house, the Crawford School of Terror. And as we all know, it is haunt season. It is crunch time. She opens in like 3 weeks, and she's a busy lady, and she does not feel well.
Something tells me that she's behind.
Yeah, well, that's every haunter, so that's not an excuse. I don't buy that at all anymore. I don't buy that. I'm behind in haunt. So am I. I just bought wood for my haunt yesterday, okay?
I saw that. Did you know? You know that Home Depot sells more than just haunt products?
I walked in there, and I was like, holy shit, they sell wood and screws and brackets and paint and mops and skylights and lawnmowers, and I was blown away. I was blown away.
It's crazy.
Yep.
They
even sell laundry detergent like that. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Hey.
And refrigerators and washing machines and dryers and vacuums and all kinds of good stuff.
We're doing laundry, Bill, and that's why we have
No.
less-
Sorry, you had on a completely different shirt.
I had on an American shirt. It had an American
sleeve
pumpkin
shirt,
flag.
and you changed into that. You changed into that, so you cannot say, "Oh, I'm doing laundry," and that's all I. No.
But mine says, "Is it Halloween yet?" It's cool. See, and it is Halloween. It's always Halloween. Well, hey, all right. Well, we're getting messages
Time
from
to power
Walmart.
up. It's time to power up.
I gotta go to
Speaking of
work.
Powering up.
I gotta go to work. But yes, everything is gung ho here. We are, as you saw, we are getting ready to start. Well, Ashley's been working on it for a while now, but I am. We are now fully into haunt mode now. So,
How much of that haunt do you think you're going to have up and ready the first weekend of October?
Probably none of it. Well, some of it. Because really, I need to have the majority of it done before we leave for Philadelphia, which is the 27th. But generally, I will probably be working on it. We don't plan on opening the garage up until probably the second weekend. Well, probably after the San Antonio Terror Tours. So probably the last 2 weekends of October and then Halloween. But the yard will be done before that because I need to put all the fence up and do all the yard stuff. But the garage stuff will be built as we're going.
Of course.
But yeah. No, and then I'm pretty much the first 3 weekends, and that's actually part of the news. Because instead of having like news about like what is happening right now, we're gonna have news about what's going to be happening because that's we're not gonna be on for the rest of the year. So so really we can just go and
let's just go right into
see, he said
into haunting news.
We're going to go right into boom, haunting news.
Well, the haunting news.
So we have a fair amount, and it's more of a we have some news and we have some these are things we can do. So I think we'll start with the one this is my because I love graphics, I got to make cool graphics. This is my tentative planned haunts that I'm going to this year. Because obviously September is going to be Philadelphia Terror Tours, and then Dark Hour. I've got Nicole from Transworld Live is coming into Fort Worth, I think the 3rd week of September, and so she was like, "Hey, let's go to Dark Hour," and Dark Hour opens the 13th of September, so why not go then? And there's going to be a lot less people there. And then the first week of October, I'm going to be, there's a bunch of us going to Mad Jack's, and then there's some haunts up in Oklahoma City, which is just north of Mad Jack's that we want to go to. And then the 13th through the 11th, or the 11th through the 13th will be the San Antonio Terror Tours. And then after that, I've got those bottom 4 that I am planning on getting to at some point throughout the rest of the season there. So, I got a chock full. I'm going to be adding a lot of haunts to my haunt map.
Look at you adding them on there.
I know.
Oh wait, yeah. This just in. I will be in Plano, Texas, the first weekend in October.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'll be traveling down there with a friend of mine.
You have friends?
I do. I do. Contrary to belief, I have friends.
Shit.
No shit.
You know what, Dan? That's breaking news, folks.
I'm just super excited to be sitting at the big kids table this time.
The big kids table. It's a step up for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's one step down from the adult table because somehow I got kicked out of there, even though I didn't do anything wrong.
You know what? The adult table is where like Larry and Timmer and people like that are. You don't want to be there.
I don't even know who the fuck those people are.
They are.
Who are those people?
Well,
people that don't mean shit to me. So
that's right. But they mean it to themselves for sure.
Anyway, back to me.
Yes, back to you.
Back
to you, Dan.
All about Dan.
Yeah, we're traveling down there. We're gonna go to Dark Hour. I'm gonna go find your fucking house, and I'm gonna fucking sit in your backyard when you're not there. So be prepared.
Okay. Because I'll probably be at Mad Jack's that night.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
It'll probably be during the day either way. Are you staying there the whole weekend, or are you coming home?
It's looking like that right now. I just don't know for sure yet.
So just
I
so
know that
you're aware,
there's a bunch of us going on Saturday to Mad Jack's. There's like 10 or 15 of us that are going. So
we're leaving Thursday night, getting into St. Louis, and then leaving St. Louis probably around noon-ish, and then we'll get in Friday night to Texas late, and then we're not leaving Texas till Sunday night, Monday morning. So I'll be in the Dallas area for 2 to 3 days. So I'm gonna find your house.
It is
I'm
out
gonna
here in the
defecate on
boonies.
your front porch.
It is out here. I will tell you this: I am an hour from Plano.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I'm driving from Wisconsin, up here by, Canada.
Yeah, you're Southern Canada. We get it.
So an hour in Texas ain't shit.
No, it's not. It's not. But the weird thing is, it's only 20 miles, but it will take you
Really?
an hour.
Oh, why? Because of the traffic?
Just because of how to get there. It's just you'll never be able to go 60 miles an hour. So.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah,
is it really
everything that is the joke in especially in Dallas is that everywhere you want to go takes an hour. Everywhere. Ask anybody here. They always say, "Yep, it's about an hour away."
It's about
an hour away. And that's when it's only 5 miles down the road.
Yeah.
If I hit the school buses here in my little rural town, it could take me an hour to get to work, which is 20 minutes away. The Walmart's 20 minutes away, and it could take me an hour if I hit the school buses. So I wait until they're all in school, and then I leave. And Sean, from the guy in Houston who has a fucking 900-lane freeway in it, I hate Dallas traffic. Okay, Houston traffic's way worse.
Yeah.
But yes, so some of the other thing, and we will get to the award show here at the end of this, but I wanted to point out some things that you can do this year, besides going to see all of your awesome local haunted houses or faraway local haunted houses or faraway haunted houses, that you can obviously join us on the terror tours.
Of course.
We will be Texas. I already kind of said that. We will be in San Antonio, and then Philadelphia and the last weekend of September. So you can come check us out if you want to do that. So we have 5 haunts, VIP access, all that. There is also, this is after Halloween, but it's still between now and the next time you see us. Legendary haunt tours in Ohio.
That's garbage. Overpriced bullshit.
You're garbage. Dent Schoolhouse is not garbage.
How much is it, Troy? How much is it to go?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's like $1,000.
It's I think it's $450. I think for the 5 haunts. Yeah, 5 haunts. Four.
That's a lot of fucking money. That's not including road trip and everything else. Sorry, I'm gonna shit on it. So I'd rather go to the territories. Everybody should go to the territories.
That's right. But you're also close to this though, too, Dan. This is the supposed last year was the last year of the Lost Souls tour. But by the way, we're doing it again.
Oh man. Every year's the last year. I feel like it's a Larry show.
Or it's a Kiss reunion tour for the 18,000th time. It's the final tour of Kiss. Yeah. So but yeah, in Chicago, they do it a little bit differently than the other 2 tours. They do it every weekend for 3 weekends, and it's just one night. And it's like 2 or 3 haunts that night. Usually it's 2.
James puts on a great show.
He does. It is very much it's very just in your face. It's
very interactive. It's very interactive. It's a great show. If you're in the Midwest area, I highly recommend checking that out if you can't make the territories.
So usually I think he tries to do 3. But it is knowing what it does to put these tours on. 3 is usually too much. Especially if you have over 50 people on your bus. It is too hard to get through 3 haunts in one night. Especially if the public is there as well. Usually we get all 3 of those tours, you get VIP front of the line, so you don't have to wait in that line, but still it's still very tough to do. So
and I James still does it, but the year that I went on the Lost Souls tour, they had haunt actors on the bus like scaring and
Yes.
hanging out with us.
Yes.
If they still do that, it's very interactive. It's a great time. I like I said, I highly recommend it. I mean, if you can't make the territory, of course.
Yep. So yeah, we have, but also there's also lots of, tons of corn mazes, pumpkin festivals. I know a lot of cities are doing these like pumpkin light things where they basically have these walkthrough trails in like city parks or whatever, or like a zoo, and they'll do a bunch of tons and tons of lit up pumpkins. I know Dallas has one. I think Chicago's got one. There's a lot of the bigger cities that are doing these pumpkin light festivals. So, obviously, if you're not finding things to do for Halloween related, you should probably just stop watching because you're not a haunter and you don't love Halloween. So, obviously, find something to do this Halloween because it's awesome. But we do have some winners, and we made a sort of a video. It doesn't say that they're winners, but these are the winners for each one of these categories of the Home Haunter Award Show, which debuted last on Sunday night. Me and Christopher worked really hard on it. We had a lot of awesome presenters who worked really hard on it. And we had judges that did a fantastic job, Dan being one of them. So if you have a problem with your winning or not winning, email Dan Doble at hedoesn'tgivashit.com. Jennifer's going to do a pumpkin walk now, everybody. She has an 18,000 acre haunt in her front yard. She wins multiple awards, and now she's going to do a pumpkin walk. So she's going to take over Michigan. So if you are a haunter in Michigan, you're just going to have to work for her. That's how you're going to have to do it. Okay? She is actually a winner of the award show once again. So we're going to play this. We're going to play this little clip here of the winners, and then we'll put up a little graphic of the actual names and stuff, and we'll go from there. I don't know if there's no audio on this because the audio was on the actual video. So this was the haunt cycled. They used an old like fridge and a treadmill, and it recycled the coal that the kids would shovel into there. So he's shoveling it in there, and then it would there's a little trap door, and it would go out. That they were on our show. Amanda, Eric was on our show. They were Scare on Stewart. This is the Mars Attacks alien, best costume.
Love it.
Yep. Super cool. He danced around his living room and out in his neighborhood. There he is. Get down. Get down.
Get that shit. Get down. Get down.
Yeah. This was best digital display. And he has a really cool, he did like a Ghostbusters theme, and he did this. I mean, he has a pretty.
Guess what that is in the bottom right-hand corner? Guess what that was? That was the scene bus from Haunted Mansion.
The haunted fucking shit. So he's got a pretty good sized house, which gives him a lot of room to do his mapping. So that was pretty cool. And there's Jennifer Dunahee, the master of all haunting of all Michigan. She did an awesome undead pirate monkey. So that was super killer how she turned in one of those cheap this was best modified prop, and she turned in one of those cheap skeleton monkeys into that.
This was amazing.
Yep. And this was this was best motorized, as obvious the whole thing is a fucking motor. Yes, I love the Haunted Mansion. Not. Now we didn't know because Dwight was on the award show last year. He presented an award for us, and that was his first appearance ever. And David actually worked on him to get him ready for the show. I didn't know that he 3D printed the majority of the skeleton. Like it was all made.
Yep.
This is Brian from Pumpkin Ride in Chicago. I got to see this in person. It was awesome last year. He got best display, which is very well deserved. It is a killer. He makes 90% and probably 95% of that stuff. This was best static prop. And to kind of explain this, the static prop is the Bates Motel. It is a scene, or a facade, but a facade is a prop in their haunt, because their haunt is not just Bates Motel. It's a cemetery. It's a whole front, so that's just a part of their haunt. Some people had some questions about that. So a facade is a prop. This is best walkthrough. Camp Marino. They're out in California. This was a whole summer camp, backwoods camp theme. It was so much detail. I had to speed this up because their video was pretty long, but walk through the entire thing. So their walkthrough was probably a good 12 to 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
This was best pneumatic. Yes, there is pneumatics in this. For anybody who thinks there's not, it's right here. There's giant water cannons that are powered by an air compressor that shoot the water up for the effect of the explosion, and a crap ton of wiring and DMX and an engineering marvel for sure. Is that the end of it? Oh no, that's the break point.
Can we get a little magic?
So this is, and Dwight won for best overall as well. So those people who think that you have to be a walkthrough or a display to win the entire award show and win best overall, you do not. This is a prop that won best overall. So most of the time in the past, all the award shows, the best of the best or best overall has always been a walkthrough or a display because they usually get the highest scores. But this proves that a prop can get higher scores than a walkthrough. So yeah, David Gentry, he was on our show before. He's just amazing, talented guy. So you've got your there we go. Got your names there. So everybody won their categories. We haven't announced them on the Facebook page yet because we want to give them time to see it. So I'm sure if they see this, then they'll know they won and they didn't watch the show yet. But I think the majority of the winners have watched the show. So we will be in contact with you to give you prizes. Well, you get a statue. So yeah, that's it was very fun to do the award show. We did it as a our villain is getting worse and worse, and he took over our entire show, hacked our files, stole our show, turned down our YouTube page, and took over and tried to make his own show. And he failed at it and gave it back to us. So we're on the mission to find out who this hacker is, though.
He did all the work for us.
He did the whole show. All we had to do was do the intro and the outro, and he did everything else. So it was super easy this year, actually. So it was nice, and so
it's good that you took credit for it.
Of course he took credit for it because he's a jerk. Can't believe that. The claw. Yep, the claw. So the claw. But yeah, so in the vein of what you can do for how Halloween season,
you didn't even ask me if I had any haunt news.
Oh, do you have any haunt news?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I'm going to be taking a trip to Irving, Texas on the 23rd and 24th.
No, you're not.
We'll be down there for a business trip.
Ooh, what are you going to see while you're there?
Oh, I don't know. There's really not much.
Is it? You can go see Netherworld or Haunted Overload, aren't they over there? Isn't that over in Irving? No.
In Irving, Texas? I don't know.
Irving, Texas. That's guess what? That's an hour from me too. I'm busy that day, though. I'm busy that day.
Irving's near you?
I'm actually going to North Carolina that weekend. That's so crazy.
Oh, are you? Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna go see Woods of Terror. Woods of Terror. It's gonna be great.
Woods of Terror, Lake Hickory, Dark Side Haunted Estates. Those are.
And I'm gonna go hang out with the Ann Presley.
Oh God,
and Xander.
They're coming with me.
No, me and Xander are gonna play hockey together. It's gonna be great.
They're coming with me.
Oh, it's gonna be a family affair.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, and just so you know, Dark Side Haunted Estates to Woods of Terror is about an hour. Woods of Terror to Lake Hickory about an hour. So you know.
Well, according to Dan, that's no big deal. So I got that.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Hour, man.
Not a big deal. Christopher, are you planning on going to any other haunts this year?
I am planning on going to
those haunts.
Those haunts. Yeah.
And you do a display at your house too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds, you know what? The way you make your display sound, it sounds like just a fucking hit. Like I need to go see this display that you're going to put up.
Oh, you know what? I have tons of inflatables.
Oh,
and
police. You're a criminal.
And and be careful because I have animatronics that will come out and go boo. So
you know
careful
what?
because they're very scary.
I'm just glad you don't have one that says "get out of here" because otherwise, or
I do.
Or,
That's in the back of my house.
do you have one that says "eek"?
Yep, I do.
Oh, sweet!
I do.
All these autistic people, I tell you.
We make the best rum. I mean, what? That's weird. And so Dan is gonna see, Dan's gonna come and see Dark Hour. So that'll be good. That'll be good. He can see Dark Hour for all of its fantastic glory. Do you plan on seeing any haunts up there in southern Canada?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm coming down to see Scare Hollow and Dark Hour. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's all I need to see.
Okay, that's it. In America, that's all you need to see.
That's all you
There's
need
nothing
to
else.
see.
No, I agree.
There's Texas and
No.
there's everything else.
There's one more haunt in America that you need to go see.
Which is
the Haunted Mansion. I mean, come on.
Oh, I've already been there many times. It's one of my
But
favorites.
but look.
Wow, that's so weird. I don't know what's wrong with that North Carolina internet. That's so weird.
And it's so interesting because every time you go, you see something different.
Oh, you know what?
True.
I just read they closed it. They closed it for the season.
It's so well done, and the throughput is on point. I mean, it's almost like you're on a train.
I know. It really is. It really is.
It's the best. There's nothing else like it.
No,
you know what?
it
I'm
really
gonna
isn't.
make a haunted mansion facade over my house, and then they're just gonna walk in, and it's just gonna be nothing. It's just gonna be
I think Christopher and I should make a haunted mansion facade and then put it up the first weekend of October in front of your house.
That's a good.
Christopher,
okay.
I'll be by Friday morning.
Okay.
I'll pick you up. I'll have all the stuff on a trailer, and we'll put it together before he gets home.
I literally just I increased my fire insurance on my property so I can just burn it right off there, and then I can have the front of my house.
Oh no, we're gonna make it out of complete flame retardant materials.
Brick. It's gonna be made out of brick. Try and huff and puff and blow that down.
I am going there too, by the way. Did I put that on my thing? I think I did. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but it'll probably fall down, because you guys are such,
If I built it, yes, it will fall down.
Yep, that's all right. It'll be worth it.
So, in the vein of knowing what else you can do this year, people, we always have our DIY of the week, but I have a little bit different thing this week.
The DIY of the week.
So the DIY of the week is a collection of different places you can go for DIYs. You have Stilpy Studios. You got Van Oaks Props. You've got Carvalho Creations. He's a new one that I found. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there.
Yeah, he's great.
I like him. Halloween DIY and how-to. We've featured a few of them on our thing. I love their pictures or their thumbnails.
Yeah,
very easy to read. It's super big. It's super blatant. You can roll through it and go, yep, I want to do that. Wicked Makers is one everybody knows of as well. They do a lot of cool stuff. They do a little more technical stuff now. They've kind of moved on to be doing they'll modify props and things like that. So if you're maybe a little more advanced, they definitely have upped their game over the years. Grunge Haunts does a lot of cool very much home haunter-ish DIYs. They're in the Northwest. They're up in Washington. So some very cool beginner stuff, some very cool advanced stuff as well. You've got Isaac Alexander, of course, who we featured last week with the skeleton review and stuff like that. But you can, he's got tons of different stuff. A lot of times you got to go to Tractor Supply before you watch any of his videos to get all the foam blocks. I also have on my Scare Hollow YouTube page, I have a how-to playlist, and it's got some of mine, but it also has a lot of other people's as well, ones that I either want to do or I really love, the ones that I always refer back to. So you can check out that one as well. I will put a link to all of these on our Facebook page here later on this evening. I
got to stop going to all these pages because I keep seeing stuff that I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
I know.
And it's like, no. One
of the cool ones is HGTV and Hallmark Channel. ironically enough, those two have some really fantastic Halloween DIYs that don't involve a lot of technical stuff. It's usually stuff you can easily find at the Home Depot that sells other than Halloween stuff. And like Dollar Tree and Walmart and things like that. We're actually making a prop from HGTV for our Monster Lab. And we got it off of there. So definitely check out those two as well. So that's your encompassing DIY collective for this
Great
week.
idea.
Yeah. So instead of trying to find one, I gave you a bunch. So go make stuff, as Alan says.
Indeed.
You know who makes stuff?
Oh.
There is a gentleman in Canada who makes quite a bit of fuss in his neighborhood. It makes a lot of people scream. A few people pee their pants. And a lot of people laugh. And the city loves him and his whole family, his whole haunt. And so we are proud to present from Northern California, Cody Kayfish.
Northern California.
Northern California.
No, he is from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, a place I have lovingly been to, and I've loved every damn minute of that place. They usually haunt in the snow, in the cold weather, and they produce an awesome walkthrough haunted house every year. Technically it's Leduc, Alberta, but you are south of Edmonton, right?
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes south of Edmonton.
So not an hour. Okay, got it. Okay. So nothing in Edmonton is an hour.
Cody apparently missed the theme to this whole thing. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
It does take an hour to find your car in that Edmonton mall, though. I will tell you that. It does take quite a while to find your car there.
Well, I think there's like 95 entrances. So
right?
How many exits?
One. You have to go through the pirate ship, under the seals, around the go-kart track, around the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster.
No more roller coaster.
Did they take that one down?
Yeah, they ripped it out. The mine bender is gone.
Because I know that somebody died on it, right?
Well, that was years ago.
Yeah, because Grant was telling me about that. So
like 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. Grant made it sound like it was a little earlier than that.
No, but there was a tragic act. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, because it was not running when me and Grant went there because he took me there. So they had the other stuff running, but
they'll build something pretty cool. I'm sure of it.
All right. Well, you will. They're gonna have you do it.
You know, that's a lot of space for a haunted house, but I'd attempt it.
See, there you go.
Who wouldn't?
All right. Well, Dan, take us away.
Welcome to the Haunt Hour. How are you doing tonight, Cody?
I'm good, Dan. How are you?
I'm halfway down a bottle of vodka, so here's to the last night. Not the worst night.
I'm on margaritas, so we're good.
Well, as you know how this show starts out, we like to talk a little bit about the history of where you started haunting and where you got your inspirations and such. So why don't you take us down a little memory lane and tell us where Cody got his inspiration and what started you down this path of haunting and Halloween adventure.
You know, I think I have a very similar story like a lot of haunters out there. You know, I was really into horror movies, and I just had a love for I had a love for drama in school, right? So that kind of helped out. But I used to scare people with my friend Tim. We used to decorate his parents' house all the time, and then we'd act as dummies outside and you know, get everybody like the good old days, right?
Yeah.
And then I as I got older, what happened was I moved into my first house, right? And this was where I currently live now. And I had a roommate. His parents were in the process of moving, and they were downsizing, and they were haunters themselves. And they had a lot of store-bought props, you know, the stuff that you see in Spirit Halloween. And I took it. They gave it to me, and I took it, and we were looked at all these. What was that? Like a mountain of props, more or less.
Never ending.
Right? Yeah, like it took loads to get it here, right? And but I looked at it and I was like, yeah, okay, we're doing a haunted house this year, right? Like why not? And I gathered up like 5 of my friends and we kind of slapped together the world's worst built haunted house. Probably, it was a danger house because
the actors were holding the walls up. Night went through.
But we had so much fun that night, right? Like that was the night that we were like, we got to do this again.
Yeah, we got the itch for it.
Yeah, that was the itch. And I had met a guy on a local haunter here in town named Lawrence, and he kind of explained to me about the CHA and that there's all these different haunter pages and groups, and he's like, there's people like us out there. Like you gotta do a little bit of research, but you'll find people that are just like us, and, crazy Halloween weirdos, more or less, right? And so I went online and I Googled and I Googled and I found you guys.
Right.
After that, we just started building more haunted houses and after that year, we went on a road trip. We went on a
2,000
kilometer road trip, just scoping out graveyards and cemeteries and churches and things like that. And we stopped at every cemetery between here and Kamloops, BC. Right. So
that's if you guys know where Kamloops is.
So for people that don't know, Kamloops is where Fruit Loops was created. They actually made it there, and then they ship it down to America. So it's a little piece of Canada for us there from Kamloops.
Is that true? Is that
no, of course not.
That's not true at all.
They only have maple syrup and poutine. That's all they got. Yeah.
Hey,
and whiskey. You can't forget about the whiskey.
Ooh, now you got my attention.
Right?
Canadian whiskey.
Canadian whiskey.
Anyways,
whiskey, eh?
So
it's smooth.
we took that year of our road trip, and that was the year that we looked at each other and we're like, we got to build something. Like we can't find anything that we like, right? So we're like, we're gonna do a cemetery for the first year, and kind of like, like it's basic, it's easy. At least we thought it was easy. And it turns out that if you want to do it good, it's not as easy. So, but we did a cemetery that year. We built like 11 tombstones that year, and we built a bunch of stone walls, all out of styrofoam. It was our first time ever working with styrofoam, playing with styrofoam. Like we were rookies. We didn't have any idea what we were doing. We saw a couple YouTube videos that said, hey, get some styrofoam and a heat gun, and don't forget to wear your mask. And
and was it the beaded foam or was it the pink foam?
I play with the beaded foam because it's cheaper, and honestly, it does the same thing that I need it to do. Right? Like we're not pros up here by any means, and it's cheaper. That's bottom line, cheaper.
Well, like I always say, like with the the difference between the foam is like, if you want to use the white foam, you're going for the more rustic look, the concrete look of the older stones. If you want to use the pink stuff, you're more looking for the newer style, the granite, the chiseled stuff.
Yeah,
chiseled
brick. Yeah,
hard edge stuff. Where the white foam lends a lot to the shaving and to make it look all rough on the edges and stuff like that, like the old stones and stuff. So,
yeah, it worked out great. And then we were kind of. My wife is really good at painting, but I mean, like haunted house stuff was new to her because it's always, you paint to look new. You don't paint to look rustic and old.
It's hard, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, like we picked up a few tricks and tips by people like Therese, right?
Oh, yes.
And she really kind of helped us out with how to, dry brush and like the importance of dry brushing and what it can do to a prop, right?
Yeah, our design team calls the haunt that does it the hard way first.
Right.
Yeah, we got to do everything the hard way first. That's how you learn.
When I learned how to dry brush, I learned it from a lady by me in Oregon, and it was like oh my God, this is so amazing. Like not
Isn't
knowing
it?
anything about dry brushing and not knowing what it does to props and then seeing what it does, you're like, oh, it's like a whole nother level. You're like, whoa, this actually looks really awesome, you know, and that's what it needed, but you didn't know it until somebody else shows you. And that's what I love about this is everybody knows that trick and they love seeing you find out that trick and they're like, see, you feel the same way now.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
So we did that year, and that was the year that it was like, okay, the numbers went a lot higher. Like I think we got like 750 people that year.
Oh wow!
Right, like for us that was massive. Like I live in a very small town, right, and
from 300 the first year to 700 the next year.
Yeah, so that like that was huge for us. So that kicked everything into overdrive, and that brought out Haunt House, what we called Haunt House, which was our next walkthrough after that, and that is what I would really say was our first real walkthrough, right? Like that was the first haunt that required rooms and a roof and lighting and a pathway and like that one was the one that really
kicked it off for you.
Yeah. So this one, what you're looking at here is that super danger haunted house that was our first year, right? With my friends and all the props that we got from his parents, right? And like that, yeah, this was an embarrassment. No.
We all start there.
Yeah, I did this haunt with pallets and tarps and a staple gun.
Yeah.
Right? And hung some lights but the kids had so much fun. The local kids had so much fun in this haunted house that like the daycares were dropping off cupcakes and cookies for us and leaving us notes saying, hey, thank you for doing this. Like it gives the kids a place to like something to look forward to on Halloween.
Right.
This was also the year we got a group of our friends, instead of carving pumpkins, we destroyed teddy bears.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a photo of it, but our tree in our front yard was just filled with absolutely morbid teddy bears that we had destroyed. In our garage with a group of friends, we got half cut and went to town on some teddy bears with some X-Acto knives and some fake blood, and then we threw them up into my tree, and you could see it from the road. It was really cool, but getting them out of the tree, I didn't think about that. So I had teddy bears 30 feet in the air that I'm trying to reach out with a 2x4.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, but like that was the year that we were like, okay, like this, this is a lot of fun. Like we're hooked,
right.
That got me, right. That was my first submission ever into the CHA awards. I think for like 2018.
Yep.
Yeah, and I wasn't nominated or nothing, right? but it was fun. It was fun to be part of something. It was fun to be part of a group. Right? It was part to be, to see everybody else's work, and watching everybody else's work. It really drove me to be like, hey, I want to be one of these guys that are, doing it good.
Right.
Like I don't need to do it great. I want people to walk away from a good experience, and I want people to be just wanting to come back. Right? I want them to come back. We've had families that have literally been to every single haunted house that we've ever created, and they're telling us year after year, like, oh, this was better, oh, this was great, oh, this was fantastic. And it's just like who doesn't like to hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, hey, here's our trip.
Oh, we were so young.
Complete with stormtroopers, of course.
Yeah,
always.
Complete with that's my
Every
wife.
road trip.
Right? My wife would take random pictures in the random places wearing that stormtrooper mask all across the country. This was a really cool cemetery. This one is just outside Hinton, and there's a long story to the cemetery. It was a mining community, so a lot of the tombs in there are all from the same year, all same day. Right. But there was a mining tragedy, and the cemetery doesn't really get taken care of anymore. Maybe once a year, a guy will go in there with a weed whacker and knock things down so that there's still kind of a path. But There's another cemetery right beside it, and there's no tombstones in that one because it was just all the men from the mine, right? So the mass grave that they had built.
Oh.
But this one was really cool. This one was probably the
I like the
coolest.
little fences around it. Like that's definitely something I haven't. I mean, I've seen ones where they put the iron fence around it, but not the picket fence like that. That's interesting.
Right. Yeah. Like we love the fact that it was kind of overgrown, right? Like
right.
You don't get to see that. That is inspiration to one of our tombstones in our cemetery. My wife created a tombstone and shaved a lamb out of that beaded styrofoam.
Oh.
Right? And put it on top of the tombstone. Really cool. Yeah, worked out really good.
Yeah, because the lamb is supposed to signify a child.
That's right. Yeah.
Just always sad, but still.
It is, but in our cemetery, there's kids, there's dogs, there's parents, there's.
How do you decide what gets put on a tombstone?
Well, we have
all our friends' last names.
Most of our friends' last names, yeah. So that's kind of like an inside joke when they come to the haunted house. They get to go, hey, that's my name.
There's
what the heck?
James T. Kirk as well.
Yeah, James T. Kirk. Yeah, right? People's fake names always.
Right.
Some are just what's a really short name that we could do on the tombstone, so that we don't have to do a lot of work carving it out.
Right.
Right. But yeah. Right. Yeah. This is. Yeah, styrofoam, beaded styrofoam.
My wife
goes
knows
everywhere.
all about this. She's literally doing this. Well, she finished all the walls for our lab in that same look with the rock.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, we got our parents involved. We got neighbors involved. We got friends involved. Right, so we always get together in the summertime and have a few days. Doyle is one of our sponsors. Right. This is the one I'm proud of. I did this one.
That one's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Right? Really simple, and then throw the candles in it. There's the lamb. Right?
Oh yeah, that's very good. Very good on that.
Right. This was a good one. Yeah, my wife did this one as well.
I think it blew away though.
It's weird.
So like Brian and Ryan, right? Like how brilliant is that for names? Right. I had one stencil, and my buddy Brad had created the tombstone, but he had one stencil, and we were like, well, we'll just add a B in front of Ryan and give it Brian.
There you go.
Done, and picture of twins. Why not?
Yeah, right. Very unique on the tombstones for sure.
Yeah, that was fun. We've started monster mudding our tombstones.
Okay.
Been doing things like that now.
Playing with it.
Yeah, definitely playing with it.
I mean, this is such a huge difference between 18 and 19. Like, it doesn't look like the same place for sure.
And it's not. And like 19 was so much work. Like we did everything. That facade, I can't take credit for that. That was given to us by Lauren Fensky, right? So
right. Okay.
Yeah, I can't take credit for that. Nor the witch, right? The witch was also a hand-me-down, but the memorial wall and all that rock and brickwork, that was all us. Right? The tombstones were all us.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah. It was. This was the first year that we got a lot of compliments from people. Like they're like, "Hey, like you guys did a great job. Like this was phenomenal." Right. We also had a photographer, a hobby photographer at the time, come in and snap some of these photos. So that's probably why they look a lot better.
Yeah, I was just gonna say those pictures, they look phenomenal.
Yeah, we have two photographers that come in on Halloween night now. One is Byron Morowski. He runs what are they called again? What's his photography? I can't even give him a plug.
Right? They're mad at us.
Right? But we have a guy that drives all the way from Saskatoon now every year, and he comes out just to do our photography. And his name is Nathan Regme, and he does such amazing shots. Like I don't post a lot of pictures that are portrait, right? Like I just don't. I don't know why. But he took a few that are in portrait mode, and wow, like I can't believe that this is coming out of our haunt, right? Like,
yeah.
Where am I looking at? Oh, J&B Creative Solutions. Yeah, Saskatoon, 1 hour away. I don't. Yeah, not quite, but
He's actually Nathan's actually my cousin, and he likes to use it as a family time and come check out what we're doing and run around.
So at this point, you were still just doing your front yard, right?
yeah, this was our. We try to make it our like a walk through the yard kind of experience. So you had to go the long way to get your candy,
right?
And this is like what we tried. We called this one like the Satanic Cemetery. My wife was the nun right there, and I had dressed up as a priest. And then our both my mom and her mom, we convinced them to dress up as killer nuns. Right, so that was fun. Right, couple 50-year-olds dressed up as nuns, having the time of their life. Right. But they did it for the kids, right? Like it's
Pizza
this
Head.
Is it's what drove everybody, right? So yeah, this was a really fun year, right? We this is the year that we entered into the CHA, right? And
Cody.
But we got Rookie of the Year on this one, didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, we got Rookie of the Year on this one.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely tell there's such a huge difference, you know. You definitely learned a lot in those years in between.
Yeah, well, that 1 year, yeah. Well, that's how I am. I get into something and then I absolutely obsess over it.
Understatement.
And you definitely got different on your video, your video editing and stuff.
Yeah. So we didn't know how to make a video,
right?
When we started doing this, we had no idea how to make a video. Then we've learned and we watched other videos, and I watched a lot of other videos, and I was just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That video sucked. I didn't like that. And it's always because they didn't film it in landscape.
That's right.
Right. They didn't film it in landscape. It's not enjoyable to watch. Right. As good as it may be, it's not enjoyable to watch.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So,
well, that's one of the biggest things that we tell people. Like, we've had people in the past, ask us, well, why didn't I get nominated? Why didn't I win? And we always tell, we don't necessarily sit there and say, oh, we're going to go watch your specific video and look at it. We give them a general thing so that we're not harping on something they specifically did. But it's basically watch the winners and the nominees, and you can see why they were winners or nominees. And a lot of it is based on their video presentation, because they show progress of a build, or they do a lot of good cuts. Like you do something like this where you show a picture of something and then you'll show what's going on in that room. So you're letting somebody see the detail while also showing a cool, you have good music behind it, you have cool effects, so it keeps people interested, and then you cut to it in action. And that's a big thing to me, especially with what you do, is you're showing the whole process of the haunt. You show a little bit of the building, you show each individual character or each individual room, and then you show us what's going on in that room. And it really it allows the viewer and a judge to really understand what is going on with your haunt. And there's other people who just go through the haunt and that's it, or they show it in the daytime, and it's
when we started making videos, we made them for the judges,
right.
So that's how we wanted to present the videos for a judge, right?
Also a memory.
And that's actually a really good point. Is that if you want, if you're making your video to be judged by an award show or something like that, you're gonna end up making a quality video, and that quality video can be used in other aspects like marketing and stuff like that. So when you're showcasing your haunt and you're showing off your videos, if it's a judge, if you deem it a judge worthy video, it's gonna help you in other aspects of your haunt as well. So
one of the things that's not in our award show that is in the Canadian one is for the judging is that they actually grade you on your video quality. You know, is it in landscape or portrait? You know, what is the editing of it? Is it literally, is it all dark? Is it fuzzy? Is it not, you know, is it super loud? Is it dark all the time? You know, so that is a part of it because you're trying to present your best self.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to get there, and you're going to send a crappy video the first time. It's just an,
and I did.
Please do it. Please
Yeah.
send the crappy video because
Yeah.
that helps you challenge yourself and it helps you get to that next level. Just like you guys did with the 18 haunt to 19. You were like, you're looking back on it. You're like, that was really crappy. But look at what you learned by looking at other people's stuff.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so, you know, and now, you guys said this is also a memory. This is what you guys get to look back on and go, oh, yeah, you know, you can say, we already did that scene. Remember that year we did that? Then you go back and look at it and say, oh, yeah, we did that. Or we want to do this one better. You know, but it's also a really cool memory to have a quality video put together. So you guys do. I always love watching your video because you got cool music playing in the background. You always have, it keeps me entertained the whole time. I'm not sitting there going, all right, I get it, nuns. All right, next. You know, I'm definitely waiting to see what's around the corner. You know.
Yeah. So like this video being Haunt House, this I think is one of like the first videos where we had a fair amount of video to actually work with, not just photos, right? So we learned the importance of how video, and with video you can make a better video.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
And it is really hard. We always tell people, do not make your video on Halloween night. You've got to run your actors through, get some locals to come through, get some family members to act like patrons, play it up. That's fine. But do it when you can control everything and when you know we have time to do this. We're going to run through this 7 times. We're going to run through the same damn thing 7 times because we want to get a bunch of footage. We want to get different reactions, but you can control it instead of waiting till Halloween night and go, oh shit, we didn't do a video. Now we're going to run through and make this sort of video, you know.
Fun fact, let me stop you. 100% of our video is done on Halloween night.
but you plan it that way.
Yeah.
You plan it that way. You know you're going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, like now, we rock.
Last 2 years, we do the night before.
We do a dress
night,
rehearsal.
And then we bring everybody out and feed them, do it like a costume rehearsal, get photos of them in their room.
Yeah, that's when all the still shots get taken. Is the night before dress rehearsal. The photographers come in, video will come in and capture some shots of mostly of like empty rooms and stuff like that, but video shots of it. And then, of course, all the action shots are done on Halloween night. Right?
Yeah. And so that people kind of know, maybe not all our viewers know about the pitfalls of living in Canada, but we were talking about this before we went on the air, and there may not be a ton of walkthrough haunts in Canada, and part of that is because of the fact that it's very hard to get things in Canada. So what you see in a lot of these Canadian walkthrough haunts, you've got Onmore Manor, you've got Rutherford, you've got you guys, Grant's up there, you've got several over there in Vancouver that. Chandra's over there too.
We made all this.
Yeah, you guys have to make probably 95% of your stuff because you can't buy what we get to easily buy down here, or if you do buy it, it's way more expensive because you have to bring it up there. And I as we said before, I hate that for you guys. It's my major gripe about Canada. We shouldn't have that with that close of a border. But because of that, you guys are creating stuff that is stuff that we end up buying, or we have easier access to buy where you guys are making it all based on what you're seeing elsewhere. And so I definitely have to applaud all Canadians for putting in the work to do this, without being able to buy a lot of the stuff that we can. So, kudos to all of you Canadians up there.
Yes, kudos to us.
Yeah. You deserve it.
It is a lot of work. I mean, like you up in Canada, you definitely have to have a love for it, because if you don't, you're not. We that cemetery year, that like you said, that transition between 2018 2019, we started in February and we carved our asses off.
Oh yeah,
right, that year,
Mhm.
right? Like, I can't even. Like, we didn't stop. We didn't stop working on Halloween every weekend, every week, a plan. So many changed plans, and the new plans, and we're running out of time plan,
Right.
And but I mean, like, it was a full year of working our asses off.
Yeah, that was the year our friends and family just stopped knocking on our front door and just went to the garage.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you guys come up with what theme you're going to do every year?
We usually have a powwow.
Yeah, we have a powwow between the two of us, and we come up with, like, what do we have? What could we reuse? What do we have that we could reuse?
And what do we ever wanted to create?
Yeah, what have we wanted to create? Like this one, this haunt that you're showing now. This was one of my favorites. We called this one the Market of Iniquity, and it was more or less like a walkthrough of different shops and different things, and but this was probably one of our top years. I think we had like just over 1,700 people show up this year for that one. And but yeah, we had a chainsaw guy, we had shadow walkers, we had a witch, we had a fortune teller, we had an oddities room, we had a spider web theme room, we had a butcher shop, we had a chainsaw guy again, like
in the pain room.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was also the year. Oh, this was yeah. Well, not too fast there, right? But yeah, this was the year that I knew that we had exploded.
Yeah,
right? This was the year that I was just like, okay, yeah, this is something that we're gonna do on for probably ever now.
Well, and you guys come up with like this one, this character back here, this one. Do you guys do a lot of, because I know Grant does this a lot with the cultural stuff up there and the historical stuff. Where do you guys get your ideas for stuff like this? Is this all like cultural stuff?
Well, this was Alyssa. This was her design of her costume. She created her. She basically told us what she wanted to be, and then we designed the room around her.
Oh, very cool.
She wanted to be Loki.
Yeah.
A trickster god.
A trickster god. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it kind of more ended up into like a Nordic fortune teller situation.
Again, what's available in Canada.
Right.
But she handmade this costume. That's all handmade by her.
Yeah.
I have to say the witch looks vaguely familiar, Troy.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
That's actually that's a different witch.
That's a different witch. See,
yeah,
the witch that guy hired to turn us into puppets, she's long gone. She was kicked to the curb.
So, yeah, this year, that was the year that we shut down the road. We got permission from the city to shut the whole road down.
Nice.
And we brought in food trucks, and we brought in the veterans, right? So that's who we support, is the Edmonton Veterans Association, right?
Okay.
Well, we've always done it for them, but it was the first year they were on site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? But that's our. Like, we don't charge anything. We're a home haunt, right? Like, we let people come through for free. We take donations for the veterans, and then we also have a donation box for ourselves if anybody wants to put into it to help, pay for things like storage, right? But I mean, like, we only get a couple $100 out of that a year.
Yeah, we push for the veterans. But
we push for the veterans.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So they tend to do quite well at our haunt.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. Our Michael Myers, right? He works hard up at that queue line.
Yeah.
He's the only known figure, I guess, like we don't use movie actors or like, like Freddy or Jason or Chucky, Pinhead.
Right.
We don't use those guys in our haunt, right? Our haunt is all custom made characters. things that we can come up with out of our head. We steal ideas, but I mean, like we're recreating it.
Yeah.
Right.
Inspiration.
No, you're not stealing. It's inspiration.
Yeah. No, you guys definitely take it to a different level when you're inspired by something. I mean, the characters I've seen you guys make over the years are definitely extremely unique and a lot of detail. And I know that's who in the business here is the stickler for detail. Is it you, Cody, or is it everybody? Like, is everybody on point with that, or?
It's my wife.
Okay.
The costumes are mainly the actors. They do a lot of their own costumes.
So like the witch that you're looking at here was created by Jody Beener. She handmade that thing. That took her months and months to do. Right.
Yeah, Joe. I've always liked Jody's witch.
It's
It's a phenomenal costume.
Yeah, she did a bang up job on that one. She wanted to go, like traditional witch, but swamp witch. And and I think she nailed it right out of the park.
Yeah. And then a lot of the makeup is by Alyssa, the Loki, her right there.
Yeah, her.
A lot of our actors get her makeup done by her. She's very talented.
Yeah, her and her friend came to our haunted house. We had an open house for the haunted house looking for volunteers and actors. And her and her friend came and they were interested in doing makeup. So we let them come on Halloween night and do our makeup. And they have been with us ever since.
Yeah, Noelle was like, "Let me in there right now.
Yeah,
I want to act."
yeah. The second year, they couldn't. All they want, they're like, "Yeah, we want to act now."
Yeah,
right.
So, that's Jody, right? This is the oddities room. This turned out really good. I love Jody as an actor. She gives it her all, right? She has a lot of fun with her characters. She creates really unique characters. She's our costume queen. I mean, like she can make any kind of costume that you're looking for. She's the one, right? So she's definitely our top costume builder in the haunt, I'd say, right? Because I mean, like she won with her statue. She won with her witch.
Yeah.
She won Hall of Fame with her witch.
Yeah.
Right. So
I do love like people were talking, people have said this throughout the last year. It's been a kind of a topic off and on that, do people really see the little details? And I've begun to understand why people see the details, but they don't say anything about it. And they don't act like, oh, well, that's, I'm in this room. Is that because your brain sees these little details, and like in that oddities room, there's so many little details.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain says, I'm in an oddities room. There's no question about it. So your brain allows you to get scared, lets you be interactive with it, whatever. Whereas if there was an oddities room, but there's just a picture of Chucky in it, they'd be like, well, wait, your brain sees that and goes, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be there, and starts distracting you.
Yeah.
And so, when people say, "Oh, well, I don't really care," people aren't going to see it because they're just running through and they're scared and they're running through the place. It's because their brain sees that faster than you realize, and they know they're in a pig butcher room. You have so many pig things, you have so many butcher things in there. People know I'm in a butcher room, so they can allow themselves to get scared or get laughs and things like that. And so you guys do a lot of little details, and I love that. And I think that's, there's pretty much almost every home haunt walkthrough does that. And I think it's because we have time. We're like pro haunts are like, I need to get this room done. I have 75 other rooms to do, where we're like, we have 5, so you can spend a lot more time, like going through your guys as going through like Rutherford and Onmore. I can tell that it's a point that you guys really look at in each room, to say, does this all make sense here? This needs to be here for a reason.
Yeah.
Do you guys do like, do you tell everybody this is what's going to be in the rooms, or do you give rooms to individual people to like build and decorate? How do you guys do the individual rooms?
Oh no, we do the rooms. We build the rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk to our actors. We find out what they want to do for character. Okay. And we try to build rooms around that. Last year we did the asylum. We told everybody what they were going to do.
Okay.
Right. But but for this one, this was a lot of fun because everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know what I want to do," and we were like, "Okay, well, what if, you're really tall, so you'd work as a good pigman, and
Right.
oh, you're really quiet, so you might be good in the library, or like kind of thing," and we just worked around that, really, right? As for the detail, that's something that me and my wife like to do. I mean, like that's just. Yeah, we get obsessed with the haunted house in the backyard. We have it right in the backyard, so we can play with it anytime we want.
Right.
And you'll find going through our haunted houses, one room's always a little bit better than the other, and but you can tell what rooms that we fell in love with, right? Like you can tell
because this is the year that I was there, right? This is 2022.
Yeah. You're watching the video of the same year.
This is the one I saw. I loved that wheel. That wheel room was awesome. I mean, you guys just
our torture room. Right? Yeah, as you can see, we run everybody out the alley, and then we're the second house in on the block, so it's not that far until you're on the road.
Right.
And
yeah, our neighbors love our haunt because every year they'll sit out on our porch and they turn it into a drinking game for every time they hear a scream.
Oh Jesus, they're drunk by 7.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely turned into the Halloween house on the block really quick.
Do you guys do you work like room to room on things, or do you kind of bounce around rooms? Like, okay, today we're doing all the walls, and then tomorrow we're doing all the painting in all the rooms, or do you sit there and go, okay, today we're working on this room from start to finish, and you don't go on to the next room until that's done?
Well, since we redo the haunt different every year,
okay,
right, we have to redo every room every year.
We basically bounce back and forth. Like there's no set, let's do this all painting and then do all this and then do all that.
Yeah, unless it's like a flat coat.
It's basically we wake up in the morning, drink our coffee, and be like, nah, I want to do that room today. Yeah.
Right, like we last year I started this September 15th. So it took 6 weeks to put up almost.
Yeah.
Right. But we really tried to really detail the walls on this one. This was our first haunt where not a single pallet was used.
Oh.
Right. This is all sheets of plywood framed out, put together, structural walls, coroplast roof.
Yeah, you Canadians love that coroplast stuff. That's what 90% of freaking Rutherford Manor is made out of.
Yeah, we actually got the advice from Hugh and Therese.
He does. He tells everybody. He's like, guys, stop building with that crap. Just build with coroplast. Come on. And I'm like, what the hell is coroplast? He goes, political signs. I go, gotcha. I know that.
Yeah. So a lot of coroplast. The whole roof is pretty much coroplast. We leave it light, water resistant, waterproof, easy to cut through for cameras, easy to cut through for power. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, our actors definitely appreciated having a roof over them this year.
Yeah. I mean, like having a roof over our haunted house, if I can get it up fast enough, I can avoid snow. Right. So even if if it does snow before Halloween for us, which is usually pretty common, right?
Right.
I mean, like it helps with the actor space and they don't have to deal with marching through the snow. Right.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Fun fact, the year I was up there, it was I was up there, I believe, the weekend before Halloween, and everything was great, everything was awesome, and Halloween came. Like it was like what we would down in America, it was like 65-70 degrees up there. It was just perfect sunny weather every day, and then I believe it was either right after I left or right before Halloween it started snowing. Like it was fine while I was there, and then it snowed after I left.
Yeah.
And like all of you were like, Troy.
Yeah, when it falls on us hard. I mean, like
Yeah.
we don't get an inch of snow, we get a foot of snow.
Right.
Right. So I mean, like, yeah.
And do people still come out like there's no, like it's not a big deal if it's snowing? People are still going to come out to the haunt and everything.
We're all Canadians up here, man. I mean, like, it -10 and guys start putting on their sweaters. Right?
Yeah.
So,
And average everybody with their kids, like they pre-plan large costumes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just it's normal.
So,
yeah.
our lovely blueprints, right? Our blueprints are always a mess. But
I think it's just something cool to see. Like I've seen it a few times at, you know, like in Chicago. Like there's been some snowy Chicagos up there, you know, for Halloween's. But you guys with the, you know, the way you guys use the snow with the Halloween stuff, because it's normal, so you're almost planning with it. It adds a really different dimension to Halloween. Like when I see pictures of Canadian haunts with snow, I'm like, that does look really cool. Like even though you think snow and Christmas, there's a certain cool quality of it that you guys, you know, with like the pumpkins. I think it's the color contrast, you know.
Right. I mean, like we've been pretty lucky. We've gone 7 years now, where last year was our most snowy year before. Right. So I mean, like, you know, there's definitely guys up here that have had to deal with crazy snow for their haunts, but yeah, not so much us. The trick for us is to have the haunt down as fast as possible.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
1st.
You post pictures, and I'm like, man, I just woke up and Cody's got his fucking haunt down already.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, we go to town hard, and I mean, like, you know, this is in total you're looking at about 3,300 square feet worth of haunt.
Wow.
Right? And yeah, we rip it down fast.
Yeah. On average, like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
November 1st, November 2nd.
Yeah, it always snows for us after our event.
Yep. Because I know, I've been to your place. Do you store all that stuff on site, or do you have it?
No.
I know. I'm not supposed to ask that question, but I've seen your place. So.
No. So we have a 40-foot sheet can. That's about an hour away.
About an hour.
And then we got Jody's barn. Jody lets us store a bunch of stuff up in the loft of her barn. Right. So that's another 40-foot by 40-foot section. Then of course everything beside our garage. So like all our wall panels are on site. Right. Most of our costumes are downstairs being hung up, you know, put away properly.
Right.
But yeah,
miscellaneous stuff.
Miscellaneous. But you know, our house is filled with miscellaneous Halloween stuff. Like,
right.
You know, we can count. I think we have over 60 skulls in our kitchen and living room. And, you know, bathroom, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere in our house.
And you may have said answered this before, but are you just open on Halloween, or do you do more than one night?
2 nights. We do 2 nights now. So after our first walkthrough, we decided that it was too much work to only do it for one night, and so we started doing 2-night walkthroughs. We usually do the weekend of Halloween or the weekend before Halloween.
We find our busiest day is the day before Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But all our actors, you know, like they all have jobs, right? So every single one of our actors now is over 18 years old. You know, like there are no children in our haunt. As much as I love children, they are absolutely shitty actors.
They can be really good.
They can be if they listen.
Usually it's the people who own the place or, you know, live there. It's their kids that are the best ones. It's the other ones where you're like, oh, my friend, you know, my daughter can come and help, and then they come and you're like, oh, we didn't know that she has zero acting skills and
or here she is, bye.
But you know,
you can go out in the front and tell people when to go next.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, we advertise our haunt as family friendly, right? But you know, the actors just use their you know, like if it's a kid, they don't go heavy on them. If it's an adult, they go heavy on them.
Unless you're Lucas, because he collects,
which is who you're looking at now.
Yeah.
This was he was on point. I mean, I loved his character. That
Dr. Mad Tice.
Yeah.
He loves. So he started acting for us a couple years ago, but he gets right into it.
Yeah.
Right?
I can tell.
The girl that's in his room there in the straitjacket, that's his sister-in-law.
Nice.
Right. So they're already really close outside the haunted house, you know, so they can really mess around. But yeah, Lucas, he goes full tilt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he goes full tilt, and that's what we love about him.
Yeah.
Now, do you offer any like scare free options or anything? So like if like a young child wants to go through, but don't want the actors to come out and scare them, they have a glow stick, or do you offer a time like, hey, between 5 and 6 or 6 and 7, it's no scare, you just walk through and the actors will be there? And
Yeah, so our haunt opens at 6, but we do daylight like lights on from 5 to 6. So if anybody, all the little kids want to just walk through, or so a lot of people like to do a pre-walkthrough and check out the actual detail behind the haunt, and then walk through it.
Oh, there you go.
But we do also, when it's lights out, we offer the glow sticks. So we tell them to hold it up high, and then as soon as our actors see it, they will calm it down or say hi or stop the show for them, kind of a thing. We did actually have one lady last year that didn't have a glow stick.
Yeah.
She got about halfway through.
She got 25% the way through, and she had a panic attack.
And then we had to walk her actually through our house out of the haunt because she could not go through the emergency exit. She had to be completely out of the haunt in order to get her out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, Sean loves this word. You guys are very immersive in there. Like it is, you're definitely in it. And you guys do just like, I mean, it's hit after hit after hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Like to watch all the scare footage afterwards we'll watch it for months.
Oh, I know.
Not watch the same clip twice.
Yeah, I don't think we've watched all our footage.
Yeah, there's no way. So like last year, I think we had 7 or 8 cameras set up in the haunt both nights. I think in total we have like 100 and some odd hours of haunt footage.
Yeah.
Right? That we have to go through for the videos. That's the most painful part.
But it is definitely fun watching bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So this was my favorite character that you had in your haunt, but that's only because I have a character that's very similar to that.
This was Jody.
Yeah, this was Jody again.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, you're doing an asylum this year." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, she's like, "What should I do? Like, what do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "Jody," I said, "You're so creative." I said, "Do your own thing and let us know what you're gonna do, and then we'll work with that." And she's like, "Okay." So she comes back after about 3 weeks later, and she's like, "I'm gonna be a plant." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a moving plant throughout the haunt. Like I'm gonna roam the entire haunt and plant my ass in all these different corners and just scare people." And we looked at each other. We're like, really? We're doing an asylum theme, and Jody turns around and tells us that she's gonna be a plant, right? Like.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's wrong with this lady? No. We got some of the best scares out of her.
Right?
Yeah. You don't expect it.
I love that.
Right? That costume took her months. She hand sewed all those vines onto a green suit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is how did she do all those vines? And stuff?
She sewed them on. Right?
See, it's right here, Christopher.
Well,
are you not watching the video that I'm presenting, Christopher?
I have been. I couldn't tell that it was sewn. All I could see was the fabric and the vines. I couldn't tell if it was sewn or not.
Well, she didn't put a sewing machine in the picture, okay?
Right. But if you look, originally, like you guys were showing the styrofoam for her base, right there. And she had created this really cool looking planter pot that it looked really good for photos, but it was very impractical to move around with in the haunt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up getting a black bucket and then cutting the black bucket right in half. And then she stepped on put her toes on the bucket, and that would hide her feet.
Yeah. You can see her feet there. Yeah.
Only from that camera view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You unplugged.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Malfunctions.
Technical difficulties.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
Okay, I can't hear
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
But you also are a favorite of your city. So talk to us about the award you won this year or last year.
Give me a second, Troy. I have no audio.
I can hear them. Here, go, babe.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. So tell us about the about your award you got this year.
Oh, yeah, Citizen of Distinction Award. Apparently, the city of Leduc thinks that I'm worth giving an award to. So, really cool, actually. I feel super great about this award. I had a bunch of nominations came in throughout the city recognizing me for my community spirit. And the city agreed with them and said, hey, this guy brings a lot to the community. Let's present him with a Citizen of Distinction Award. And I'm very honored. I'll be getting this on September 8th.
Nice. We'll be sure to when you share a picture of it or whatever, we'll post it up on here.
Right. Yeah. So that will be a lot of fun. I get to stand up on a stage and give a speech. Not too fond of that, but But I did a lot of work with them for Santa Claus as well. I do a lot of the city events and I donate and volunteer my time. Santa Claus in the parade, and since I know a lot of people in town, I know their kids. So when I'm up on my float, they give me a microphone, and I can start calling the kids' names out as I see them. Happy birthday, Tommy. Happy birthday, Susie. Right? And I always get the, oh my God, Santa knew my name. Right? So it's just I was a very convincing actor for them.
Right.
For that, and I'm glad that they've enjoyed my work over the years. I've done that for many years.
So Grant actually kind of had a question about this, so I think we'll run right into this part. So our toolbox question of the week. What are you most excited about for Halloween 2024? Grant asked, what are your plans for 2024? So maybe you're excited about your plan, but what are you most excited about for this coming season here in 65 days?
This is the first time that we've actually said it.
Ooh.
But we're not doing the haunted house this year. Yeah.
So we're just you know what? Good night, folks. We're gonna go ahead and head out. See you later.
Yeah. No, we're definitely doing it next year.
Okay.
Right? We have big plans for next year. To the point that we've realized that it wouldn't take 1 year to build the haunt.
Okay.
Right. So we're really trying to go above and beyond for next year. But life got busy for us. I mean, we just had a kid. We got a 17-month-old boy named Noah with 2 H's. NOAHH, Nightmare on Athapaskan Haunted House. Weird how that worked out.
Nice. Weird.
So
right?
Yes,
yeah.
our child is definitely named after the haunted house.
Very coincidental.
Well, congratulations on the birth. I remember hearing about that, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and he's absolutely adorable.
Yes.
I love seeing your pictures with him.
Yeah.
Cool. But one new thing this year is I will actually be joining a pro haunt.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I'll be part of Edmonton this year.
Edmonton with Daryl Plunky. Yes.
Yeah. I went for a rehearsal, I guess I could call it. Audition, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I think I got it. I mean, they sent me a form to fill out. So but yeah, so it will be my first year working in a pro haunt, right? And I'm really excited about that because I can learn more about the haunt industry.
Right.
Just doing that, learning the big differences between a home haunt and a pro haunt, and hoping to kind of get a good look at behind the scenes on that one. I really want to do it to advance my knowledge in the haunting industry, right? So that was one of the reasons that I decided to go to Edmonton this year.
Right.
So I was kind of hoping that some other haunts would be open doing their walkthroughs this year. I could kind of join up with them, but I don't know who's rocking this year. I don't know who's going.
I know that is it how I forget. I went to their house. They're up there by Creepy Crypt.
Denise and Chris?
No, I know they're doing theirs.
Fundraiser Fright
No, it was
Dawn and Lawrence.
Yeah,
Well,
they're the one. They're not doing their haunts anymore, are they?
Denise.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think the last post I seen they're selling a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, I thought I heard that because I went to their house in Creepy Crypt and your house, and I think they were the ones that said last year was their last. 23 was their last year. So which is sad. I mean, we need
sad, yes, but I may have to get a hold of him to maybe see what he has that he doesn't want anymore. Because I'm definitely that guy.
right.
Yeah.
I will spoil what the difference between home haunts and pro haunts is. Budgets, meetings, and spreadsheets. And fire codes and fire marshals and lots of paperwork.
Well, I knew that part already.
And liability insurance.
Right. Big words that mean lots of money. And
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun.
I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I didn't want to go a whole season where I didn't do something related. Like I was just like, I told my wife, I'm like, well, you're not going to see me in the weekends because I'm going to Edmonton, right?
Like, yeah.
And I need to have it. If I don't get that Halloween fix in me this year,
I know for me, what I'm excited about is seeing our lab come to fruition and having all the people coming to our house this year and our little neighborhood expanding our Halloweenness because we got several people that are going to start or continue to do Halloween here. Christopher, what about you?
I'm excited for the move to Texas.
Oh yeah, because you're moving to Texas. I forgot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm moving.
Newsflash. So is Cody. They're moving to Texas.
Hey,
everybody's moving to Texas.
Everybody's moving to Texas.
I'd love to move to Texas, but what would I do with my snowshoes?
You know what? You can
sell them
on the wall.
Yeah. They become decor now.
Memories. Yep.
Remember what it used to be like.
You trade them in for tank tops, and you already have the bandana going, so that's good because we use those a lot out here to keep the sweat from going to our eyes. So you got that going for you. See, Alberta, Texas, and Canada.
Wife and I are planning a trip down to the States to go do a haunted house tour sometime in the near future. Yeah. We never got a honeymoon after our wedding.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll probably just take the boy with us. So.
There you go. Well, if you need any advice on what haunts to go to, me and Christopher are quite the wealth of knowledge of awesome places to go to. So.
Well, I'll definitely be taking you guys up on their knowledge.
Yeah.
We want to go check out the best of the best, right? Like,
yeah. There's several states down here that have a lot to offer that you could sit in that one state and do a bunch every night. Chicago is honestly one of them that you can see so many pro haunts and home haunts. Like I went there, I think it was 2020, and I saw probably 40 home haunts and like 10 pro haunts in a Thursday through a Monday. And it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like I went to that many, but it was just, they were just home haunt after home haunt after home haunt, just street after street after street. And then there were pro haunts mixed in there. And that was a very cool trip. And it let me see a lot of different styles of haunting too, which was cool. So I always tell people, if you want a really good weekend of Halloween, Chicago is where to go.
And I can tell you about a haunted house just a little south of Philly, kind of near Delaware. I mean, it's one of the scariest places in the United States.
Oh, is that that Shadow's Edge or?
No, it's my high school.
Oh, your high school. Jennifer says come to Michigan because she owns 75% of Michigan haunts. So you can come see Jennifer's Michigan. It's all of it. There actually are it's in a not a small area, but a more compact area of Michigan that you can see a lot of great home haunts like Bob Quall and Jennifer. And they actually have a map of like 6 or 7 places you can go to on this map that is their little trail of terror type of thing. So there's lots of places especially in the north, so that you guys don't have to travel as far. Not Nebraska. Nebraska is not cool, except for Shane's place. Shane's place is awesome, but Nebraska is not cool. But yeah, there's so many great places to see, and it's almost too much. There's so many awesome places to see haunts in this country. So
yeah.
But I will tell people, and I told people when I left Edmonton, that if you ever have the chance to go up to Edmonton, they have a lot of haunt displays and walkthroughs and amazing haunts. They have. You could spend 3 or 4 days there and absolutely not be bored in October. They have some fantastic stuff there. So obviously don't go this year because you won't be able to see Nightmare. But
but come in 2025.
Right, 2025. Go to
We
Edmonton.
got something crazy for you.
That's right.
And I can't believe this. I bought my plane tickets and everything, and now it's not happening.
You can go see Grant's house.
Yeah.
Grant has that killer whatever thing he's building with those damn white hanging things over there.
Come up anytime, Chris. I'll take you to an Oilers game.
Dude, I will tell you this. Every single person I met there it's true about that Canadian niceness, man. I mean, every person there was a fantastic host. It was like I almost started saying nice things about people, and I started being nice. It was weird. It was weird. It's Canada does.
Wait, I missed that. What was that? Where did you say we could go?
Yeah. I said we could go. I'll take you to an Oilers game.
Oh, you know what? We lost him. It's
Wow, that's
horrible.
so weird.
You know what?
That's
It's so weird.
It's so weird because when they beat the Canes, right? Because Oilers and Canes. And the
Oh
Oilers
no! The Oilers, the Canes typically beat the Oilers, but the Oilers did make it farther in the Stanley Cup. I will admit that.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
That's right.
Let's do it. Woo! Oilers! I lost a bet, if you can't tell.
Yes, you did.
So speaking of losing a bet, you're about to lose a bet. Because I bet you can't answer these quickly. Okay, maybe you can. The last guy, last week, Todd, he was like, bam, 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 done. I was like,
yeah.
Okay, all right, we're 2 minutes. We're done with rapid fire. Okay. So we've come to the part of the show where we ask you super fast questions, and you can take absolutely as long as you want to answer them. So the first question will be, how long? Now, Dan asked this a little bit differently than I do. How long is a good amount of time length to go through a pro haunt and a home haunt, in your opinion?
A pro haunt, I think if you get 10 minutes out of a pro haunt, honestly,
okay.
I would love for the experience to last a solid 15 minutes.
Okay. Newsflash down here, most of them are about 20 to 30 minutes long.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Up here, you don't get that. I mean,
okay.
I think
now let me ask you this though: how much do you pay to go through the
$7,000 because the Canadian conversion, obviously.
Yeah. For a pro haunt, I mean, like you could get regular tickets for about $50, and then if you want to get a fast pass ticket, that's going to cost you $65 to $70.
Goodness gracious, and only 15 minutes? Yeah. No,
you're in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, see, like what Troy was saying, down here in the States, you're gonna pay, a good 30 or 40 US dollars, which is probably about the same in Canadian.
That's about 50 to 60. Yeah.
In Canadian, but you've got a good 25 minutes to half an hour.
Yeah.
I would love to have an experience like that.
And in order to be able to see everything that they've done, you need to have that amount of time. And if I'm paying that much money and I'm only going through 15 minutes, I'm going to be, that was a waste of money.
Yeah, and that's what you get a lot of up here. It's just like, oh, I really wish that was longer. I really wish that, or cheaper at least.
Right? Yeah. No, I mean, if you had said, oh, well, it's about, $25 to $30 Canadian, I'd be like, okay, that
makes sense. Yeah,
that makes sense. But
it's not. Yeah, no, everything's twice the price up in Canada.
Right. So what about home haunts?
7 minutes.
Okay.
Right. We try to run I think it takes about 7 minutes to go through ours. Right. Yeah. I'd love to make it into more of a 10-minute.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, a little bit longer. Right. But
I know you guys are doing a little more like with the fortune teller and stuff like that. You do a little more interactive stuff so you can stop them.
Yeah, we try. Yeah, we try to stop them a little bit, not too much. Okay. But yeah, people have a better experience when there's more involved.
Yeah. It's not just all about scaring; it's about an experience and entertainment.
That's right. Yeah.
So I know you guys don't do a lot of this, but silicone or latex for masks.
Oh, I'm a latex guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What I'm all about.
Okay. All right. Latex pig masks. Got it. Well, since Dan's, I have to stay with it. So Dan or Troy?
Well, I don't know who Dan is.
Oh yeah, or Christopher. If you want, you can vote for Christopher if you want
to. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go with Troy. Okay. All right. Nothing personal, Christopher.
I'll remember that the next time your name comes up as, oh look, Cody won for best walkthrough. No, I'm gonna give it to Jennifer Dunahee.
No, yeah,
that would probably be the right thing to do. Have you seen her haunt?
especially the year that she doesn't do a walkthrough. She's like, oh, I'm just doing a little display, and she wins for best walkthrough.
She wins for best walkthrough.
Yeah. I'd love to go check out her haunt.
Oh yeah,
Storybook Hollow. Wow, those dragons. Wow.
I think she already sent us an invite.
Now, actually, you can she makes enough now that you can just take one home with you. Everybody that goes to her haunt, you can take one home with you now. It's just
right.
Yeah, right.
That dragon. Yeah. Jennifer's like, I gotta go make a bunch of dragons now. Thank you. Watch, she'll do it though. She'll make all these little dragons for everybody, and then everybody will get one, and it'll be this whole thing. Zombies or vampires? If you
zombies,
yeah.
Zombies. I'm a Walking Dead loser fan.
Oh, there you go.
I think I've seen it a million times. Right?
You get a dragon. Everyone gets a dragon. And then the final one, facade or final scare?
Oh, I was thinking about this one in the shower the other day.
You can tell when people watch the show, they're like, I know the answer to this one.
Yeah. It's a hard one for me because, with the facade, you really hype the people up. You really get them, going, okay, what's inside of that? If it looks this good already, what am I about to do? Right. But at the same time, if you focus on the facade, and then they walk in and they're like, oh, this isn't nearly as good as the outside. It's cool, but it's not cool. So for me, it's the end scare, right? Because what's the last thing that you remember at the haunted house? The way it ended, right?
Yeah.
And that's for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Look at the Oilers, right? They're a bunch of losers because the last game that they played, they lost, right?
Florida.
right. So that's what people remember. People don't remember the beginning, but the Oilers sucked at the beginning of the season too, but our story was amazing. Right, just like our haunted house, right?
Hey, this is a Halloween show, not hockey. Okay.
What's on your fucking name tag right there? It says Go Canes. Raisin Canes. Okay.
Yeah, it's football. I'm referencing the Miami Hurricanes. Football.
Oh, college football. I thought you just like chicken. Okay.
Oh no!
At least mine was relevant. Look, it says toucan. That's toucan. That's a stocking cap for those Americans down here.
But yeah, like our end guy is a chainsaw guy, okay? And we've used him twice in a row. We're not going to use him for next year's haunt. Right? We want, like I said, we're changing things. Right? So he might be in the haunt, but he won't be at the end.
Okay. See, when I've done walkthroughs before, and we had one year we had a butcher shop at the end, and the chainsaw guy came out from behind the butcher shop. Like you walked up to the window, and the lady inside opened up the fridge, and that's where the candy was, so that people could get their candy right there. And then as they left off to the side, the chainsaw guy came out from behind the cabin and got him at the end. And the next year, we had all the comments on our Facebook page. I heard you down the street with your fucking chainsaw. And then the next year, we had no chainsaw guy. And all the comments on YouTube and people online, where's the chainsaw guy? Where's the chainsaw? And that's like the hardest thing with even pro haunts is like people expect. Now they may say, oh, I hate the chainsaw guy. But if you don't have it, then they're like, where's the chainsaw guy? I was waiting for the chainsaw guy. And it's like, well, we want to change it up. We don't want to be predictable at the same time, though.
That's right.
So I like that you're going to not have it at the end. And so surprise them somewhere else. That would be cool.
Yeah. We still want him because he's such a good jump scare, right?
It does. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Now, do you use real chainsaws or do you use like the electric ones with like, or do you use soundbox ones? What?
We are full on real chainsaw.
Yeah, they put the chain on it and everything. They've got like 35 limbs of neighbors just all over the ground. It's awesome.
It's a mess in the alley.
Canada does it right. That's not fake blood on there, people. There's no perma blood on that.
Fake blood costs too much money.
right? They can't get perma blood up there, so they just take the neighbor's blood.
Right? Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, people love it. Right?
Yeah.
So.
A prop is any movable object.
Don't listen to Sean.
Sean is schooling us on whether or not a facade is a prop or not.
Well, like I said, like when we do our rooms, when we think about what we're going to do for a room, we want to make everything as realistic as possible, right? We don't want to have that electric chainsaw. It would ruin the entire room,
right?
To have right, like
right.
Yeah, you don't want that, right? You want a real chainsaw, right? Like same thing with spiders. You want real spiders,
right? No. It's not working. I'm just going to be fuzzy the rest of the episode. It's going to be great. See, I got up close, and then
you're here. You're not.
There we go. Oh no, I'm still fuzzy. Anyways, so that's one of the things, and I am absolutely entering it next year. So anybody in the Canadian Haunters Association that is going to be entering the best set design for next year, you already lost because I'm going to win. But that is one of the cool things that I like about the Canadian ones is they have the set design, which that's where I would put facade for sure, because that is a set. For us, we don't have that. We just have display and walk through and then static prop. So for our award show, we are going to say that a facade is a static prop because we actually had another nominee that put up a giant mausoleum over the front of his house. Mm-hmm. It was a mausoleum, but it was very big. And so I would still say, because it's not the entire display, it's not overriding the entire thing, then it would be a prop.
Wife and I were talking the other day about how we'd love to see a facade category, even for like a 1-year try.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know how many people would enter that, but I mean, I think it'd be really cool to see some of the stuff that people do with that.
We normally go along and we give each category at least 3 years, and we see how many people enter it, and the ups and downs of how it goes. Last year we had very little, I think, on costume, and then this year we had a lot. So we had like 2 down years, and then we had a lot this year. So it was like, well, I guess costume is staying,
Yeah, but I think I was like 6 of those entries.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we had some guy in Canada. He entered like 6 of them or something.
He did. So that I was actually thinking of it the other day too, because we had 2 technical facades be nominated this year, and one of them won. That isn't necessarily a bad idea. We don't want to go over 10 categories. We're good with that.
Oh, yeah. That's enough. Yeah.
But
even like the CHA, like they had like 14 or 15 categories at one time.
Yeah.
And that's too many. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love the fact that they brought some of them together, right? And
Yes.
that really helped out. I think that's a way better way to go.
That was one of the things that Hugh and Tress told me when I was there. They were like, we're going to pare this down a few. They're like, that's a lot.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was. I mean, like, it was for guys like Chris Ainsworth, when he did 16 categories presentation show, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's a lot of categories to judge. And
it is.
So, yeah, like, I mean, I've judged a Halloween award show one time, and that was like, oh, hey, here's 100 videos to look at, and don't forget to watch all of them,
right?
Twice.
Yep.
So, you know, it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Big shout out to all the judges,
right?
who have
all
ever judged.
You're all
a
amazing.
Halloween show. Yeah,
that's why me and Christopher stopped doing it. Is we're like, wait a minute, we're judging and we're creating the awards show. We know all these people. They're all really good friends of ours. They all do amazing things. There's no way I can say, well, you're not that great, and then see you 10 days later at a convention or something like that and be like, yeah, I loved your haunted house, but I gave you a 2.
Right.
So we're out. Peace out. We're gonna let other people do it. And
well, that's smart, because now nobody can come back at you and say, hey, you rigged this contest.
Yeah, we just
that's actually very true. And that was one of the reasons why, you know, and we've mentioned this before. It's one of the reasons why we don't try not to use the same judges every single year, because every single year these judges tend to start seeing more and more of the same people.
Right.
And oh yeah, I remember this from last year, and they've really done good. And so some other newer people get overlooked. Do we have the same people entering every single year? Yes and no. They might, you know, but we have a ton of new ones, and having different people judge gives different eyes on the submissions. And so
it
that's
also stops some of our constant winners from winning, Jennifer. Just wait, Jennifer. You're gonna be a judge, a presenter. You're gonna edit the show. You're gonna do it all, Jennifer.
You're gonna do it all. Yep. So yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why we have different judges. Every year. Every year, you know, just so that we can kind of remove ourselves from that aspect of it, and it gives everybody a little bit more of a fair chance.
Well, Canada did that too, because they had me judge. I think last year I was a judge last year, not for the one they're doing now, but the one they presented last year. You know, so they do add in some judges here and there. You know, and they have new people who are in charge of the associations, because they have all the different chapters.
Yeah, I was going to say Canada's set up differently, because we have all the different provincial chapters, and then most of the time it's the presidents that are going over the videos. But I do know that with Therese and Hugh taking over, they've kind of switched things up a little bit, and they like to bring in new judges, and like you said, get new eyes watching the videos, and you know,
Yeah, so their award show is coming up. It's coming up. I did not enter anything in it.
When?
So
when is it coming?
Yeah,
when?
yeah.
Hugh, when is it coming? Hugh, when is it coming?
Is it done yet, Therese? Is it done yet?
Hey, don't give them a hard time. It took us till the middle of August to get ours out.
No, I hope they know that I know how much work goes into it. So come out when you're ready. Yeah, by all means, come out when you're ready. Yeah, there's no rush. I know there's a lot of people that want to see it, you know, right away after Halloween, and it's like, guys, like it's a process. It takes a long time. You know, like you said, the judges, the presenters, the editing. Right, like
and if you take a look at the video that we put out, that's a lot of editing.
It's over an hour long. I mean, like that's a big task.
It took quite a while, but like people have said, oh, I don't want your job. I don't want, that looks like a lot of work and a lot of stuff. And I was like, but at the same time, I had an absolute blast editing it. Christopher helped me, both of us help each other out on the editing part of it. And we learn something every year with how we edit. And that's the same thing with like the intros for this show. I make sure that I'm doing something new, maybe not totally new, but like, this one I had the Edmonton, living rooms, but I had 2 different TVs running different videos, and I love learning because of something I'm helping, to present, and I'm furthering the community and things like that, but I'm learning something, but I also get to look at the videos, and I always grab something from those videos and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Or, I've learned a lot, we all strengthen our friendships through that type of thing. And it is, there's always a few people who get really upset that they didn't win or they're mad. Yeah. Usually everybody is more like, how can I get better? And
that's just it. Yeah. Don't, if you like, take me for example, I've been doing this for years. I got awards with other award shows. I've been featured in the paper. I'm getting Citizen Distinction Award. Yet I wasn't even nominated this year on the Home Honor Award show.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I'm not doing the right thing. It just means that there were other people out there that are doing it better. Yep. Right. And I mean, like, I don't discourage yourself. Get out there, enter your prop, enter your static prop, your pneumatic prop, your walkthrough, your display. You never know. Like, and that's just it. You never know. Right. And but haunting's not about awards, guys. Haunting is not.
No, this is not, just the fun part of it.
It's the fun. This is fun. Yeah, this is fun.
Like Brian Hunter, Christy Ellison, Shane Ream, Amanda Eric, William Conrad, and Steven are all brand new winners that have never won an award before.
Congratulations, guys.
That's more than half of the people on our show. And, they may not have entered for the first time. This is not their first time entering, but it's their first time winning. And they're all, new people winning. And that helps everybody sit there and go, oh, everybody has a chance, and that's what us and the CHA do so well, is that it encourages people to make sure that it challenges you. It makes you do better, but you also know, hey, I was awesome this year. I got nominated. Now next year I'm gonna win.
Right.
That's how I get nominated. I need to do that and that.
I gotta film it in landscape. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
2 people won with portrait video, so it's not out of the question. But please landscape. Please. It just shows so much better out there. So much better detail on the landscape. It's so much more fun to watch.
I know a lot of people like watching our videos because we film in landscape.
Oh yeah.
Right? We will not put portrait into the video unless we absolutely have to show the judges something.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and it's like, there's a lot of people who watch YouTube on big screen TVs now because everything's smart, so they're watching them on bigger screens. A lot of the computer monitors are 30-inch computer monitors, so they're watching it on a bigger screen. Not everybody's watching it on this little screen. Like especially like award shows and like haunt videos. I want to see that detail, so I need to make sure, because I'm looking for things in there that's like, I've always wanted to figure out how to do that. Well, Hugh, then you're out. You're out. Go do Christmas. Get out of here. It's I get inspiration from that, and if it's this little thing, I can't see it, and I won't get inspiration from it. I'm like, it's hard to watch.
Now, Trace said, or make it a judging criteria, and we've thought about that. We've honestly thought about making that a judging criteria, but we don't, because we don't want to exclude anybody. We don't want because first time haunter goes out there, and what are they doing? They're filming on their phone like this because this is how they're used to doing it.
Usually they or they forgot to the last minute.
Right, exactly. And so, go ahead and submit the video. Is it gonna score as high as others? Maybe not, but like Troy said, we had a couple of winners that they filmed it in portrait mode.
But I bet you those guys go back and watch those videos and they're like, this isn't enjoyable to watch. Like, it's cool and it's nice to show people that I have it, but it's not enjoyable to watch. And
yeah,
well, we've had people enter as the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah,
that is required to be under a minute. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's super hard to get a lot of detail for what we're looking for. Like you said, you're making a video to be judged, not to be entertaining to just a few people here and there, not to get some views on your YouTube page. You're making it to be judged. So try not to submit the YouTube Short. Do a longer video, and plan it out. Me and Christopher have done. We did it 2 years at Texas. We did a video class of how to record your haunt, and it was harping on the fact that you can take a lot of different videos. You can take those little TikTok videos and the YouTube Short videos to get people to come to your haunt, advertise, things like that, highlight an actor, things like that. But the one you're submitting to the award shows, think of it as a whole different process, a whole different thing. It's not for views. It's not for fun stuff. This is something completely separate. There's people who make those things unlisted. They never see the light of day except for on either one of our shows. And that's because they made it just for that. So they don't care if other people see it. And, and I like that. So it's just how you want to present yourself. It's like in life. Do you want to walk around like a slob all day? Well, then that's okay. But, if you want to walk around in awesome looking stuff and you want to get noticed and stuff like that, then, you wear a little bit of better clothes and you walk a little taller,
Not muscle shirts.
I look fucking good.
Going back to what
hot here, man.
Going back to what Troy was saying, and about our show, is that's like he said, that's one of the things that we harped on is when you're making a video, know your audience. Do I want this to be on YouTube? Okay. Do I want this to be on TikTok? Okay, I'm going to film it in portrait mode. Do I want this as a YouTube Short? Yeah, I'm going to film it in portrait mode. Do I want to show this off to people on YouTube or submit it for an award show or something like that? Now I need to turn it to landscape and make a whole new video. Yeah. And like Troy was saying, you can do 2 or 3 different videos, but a lot of the times when people are filming, they're not thinking that.
Yeah. Like when we create our videos, we'll go to the CHA website. We will literally look, and it tells you exactly what the judges are going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for lighting. They're going to be looking for props. They're going to be looking for how it was, filmed. They're going to be looking for that. And we try to make sure that every single thing that they're looking for is presented in the video somewhere. Right?
Yeah. Well, and we've done that on our website as well.
We added that too.
We do the same thing with the Home Haunter Award Show.
And so we have the criteria of what we're judging you on, or what the judges are looking for in every video. We discuss what each category is and so on and so forth. So the information is there. So
if you guys are if you're going to take the time to create a 5-minute video and send it in, right, then take the 5 minutes and read the website, guys. Like, all the information is there, what they're looking for. If you are entering to win, then read the website. It's worth stopping by the website.
It absolutely is. Cody, to scare this doesn't even scare you. This doesn't even scare you. You're just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'll be working those 40 of those days. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. I'll be haunting, just not at my haunt.
Yeah. For me, I just had a heart attack again. So thanks. I appreciate that myself because I'm the one that put it up. So we got 65 days left till Halloween. So if you haven't started yet, you're in my boat and we're screwed.
I wish everybody the best this year. But I will be a part-time haunter this year. But next year, you guys watch out because I'm coming.
You are. It's gonna be the year. But I just did hear Hugh. Rutherford says they're gonna yard display this year, but walk through in 25.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we'll definitely have a display up on the front yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Okay. My house will not be dark on Halloween. Right? It will be lit right up.
Yeah.
If it was dark, that would be scary in itself.
Right?
Because there's
you would have a line of people going, "Hey, Where are you?
Yeah, no, we're hoping to still collect for the veterans again this year. You know,
Okay.
guys, people want to come out and check out our display. We'll probably have it up for the week of Halloween, and you know, we'll have a drop off area for the food and stuff like that. But
And you can also go to Edmonton, and you can
come find me at Edmonton.
Yeah,
right?
you can make sure to bring some lettuce and throw it at Cody when you see him, because Troy sent me.
I believe the theme at Edmonton this year is the dollhouse.
Oh,
so yeah, come find me at Edmonton if you can.
There you go. There you go. Edmonton Haunted House. That's in Edmonton if you get the reference. So we have come to the late hour of the show here. We went a little bit long because Cody's awesome, Christopher's awesome. I'm whatever. But we have come to the time of the show where we're going to share where you can find out everything about Nightmare on. Can you please say your freaking street name or your name, please?
Nightmare on Athapaskan.
See, I told you, Christopher. That's how you say it.
Hey, he was having problems with it.
Yeah, it's Nightmare on Athapaskan. You know, we're in Leduc, Alberta, Canada. You can find most of our stuff on our YouTube channel, just Nightmare on Athapaskan, or you can find us on Facebook. We don't really use Twitter. We don't use TikTok, right? We don't use Snapchat. I am a 40-year-old man. I don't use TikTok. Right? But yeah, come check us out. We're Facebook. We're old people. You know, we're always popping memes and doing fun things. Come watch our videos. There's lots of them to watch. Not all of them are great, but all of them are awesome. Right?
Hey, Cody, I would just like to let you know that you really should get on TikTok. I too am a 40-some-odd, year old man. I use TikTok. I use TikTok for my business, and you too can have tens of views on your TikTok.
Tens. 9 of them are me. Okay, so just.
I don't even.
No, that's not true because I know one is Ashley and the other one is Ann.
And Elizabeth. And Elizabeth.
Oh yeah, and Elizabeth. Yeah. So you see, you're not as many as you think you are, sir.
I'm not as smart as you think I am.
I'm on TikTok every 8 days, and I randomly post something on there. I am all YouTube and Facebook, just like you, buddy. So
yeah, YouTube, Facebook.
I'm right there with
you.
I'm
old school social media.
That's right.
I mean, just the way we roll around here.
That's right. Heck yeah. So, it has been an amazing time. It's been an amazing season. Thank you all for joining us tonight and this season. Christopher, thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I'm sure I speak for Dan. He's sorry he had to duck out. He had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was hot in his house, and his internet was just his phone overheated in his house. It's because he's so hot that he's just his phone was just
fire.
It's
just fire,
So, but yeah, on behalf of Susie and Dan and myself, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching the Haunt Hour, and we will see you guys all again soon. All right, good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.